Okay, this was the exterior angle theorem and triangle inequality theorem handout. So exterior angle theorem is simply the exterior angle is going to equal the sum of the opposite two interior angles. So here our exterior angle is 120. So that's going to equal the sum of the opposite two interior angles, so x plus 50. Okay. And we can subtract 50 from both sides. Okay, and we get 70 equals x. Okay. And again, the reason was for this was that these two are linear pairs, so they're supplementary. Right? And then these three add up to 180. So since these two are also going to be supplementary with this one, we know that these two are going to equal 120. Okay, because these are supplementary, so 180 minus 120 is 60. Okay, and then 180 minus 50 minus 70 is also going to be 60. So we know the exterior angle is equal to the opposite two interior angles. 2 and 3 here. Our exterior angle is x. Okay. So x is going to equal our opposite two interior angles added together. So that's going to be 70 plus 90. Right angle is 90. So we know our exterior angle is going to be 160 degrees. Okay. All right, 3 and 4 here. Exterior angle is 11x plus 2. The alternate, opposite two interior angles are 58 and 5x plus 10. Okay, I'll use the word remote. Sometimes the remote two interior angles, the two are on the inside that are opposite. Okay, so we can combine like terms. And again, from here you can just use menu 3-1. But if we solve manually, we're going to get 68 plus 5x. We can subtract 5x from both sides. And we can subtract 2 from both sides. So we're going to get 6x equals 66. Then when we divide both sides by 6, we get x equals 11. Our exterior angle is 12x minus 4. The remote two or opposite two interior angles are 30 and 10x minus 10. Okay, just menu 3-1, put it in the calculator, it'll tell you x, or we can solve by hand. 12x minus 4 is going to equal 20 plus 10x. Okay, we can subtract 10x from both sides. We can add 4 to both sides. So we have 2x equals 24. And when we divide by 2, we get x equals 12. Okay, the question wanted the value of y though, so we need to plug in 12. So 12 times 12 minus 4, that's going to be 144 minus 4 is 140. Okay, and then these are a linear pair, which means they're supplementary, so they add up to 180. So 180 minus 140 is going to equal 40. So this is going to be 40. This one's 140. 180 minus 140 is 40. So y is 40. Go to the other side of the page. We have the triangle inequality theorem. So the triangle inequality theorem says that two sides of a triangle need to add up to more than the third side. So we need to check and see here. So two sides are 6 and 6. So 6 plus 6 has to be greater than 5. And it is. We're good, right? 12 is greater than 5. 6 plus 5 has to be greater than 6. And that's true, right? 11 is greater than 6. And then again, 6 plus 5 has to be greater than 6. And again, that's true. So yes, we can make a triangle out of side lengths of 6, 6, and 5. Okay. Over here, we have 3 plus 10 has to be greater than 7, so we're good. 10 plus 7 has to be greater than 3, and it is, right? 17 is greater than 3. And then 3 plus 7 has to be greater than 10. It's not. And since it's not, we can't make a triangle, so we're going to say no. Okay. If you have a side length of 10, and then 3, and then 7, right? They're not going to be long enough to intersect and meet. You can't make a triangle using those two pieces. Right. These two sides have to be greater than 10 in order to meet somewhere up here. Okay, like 4 and 7 or 3 and 8. Okay. 7 plus 2 is greater than 5. Yep, 9 is greater than 5. Then we have 2 plus 5 is greater than 7. That one's a no. Right? And since that's no, we can say no. We can't make a triangle here. Right? If you have a side of 7 and then 2 and 5, right, they're not going to be long enough to meet. These two sides need to add up to more than 7. Okay, over here we have 2 plus 8 is greater than 5. 8 plus 5 is greater than 2. So we're good there. But then we have 2 plus 5 is greater than 8, and that's not true. So we have to say, no, they can't form a triangle, right? If you have 8 and then 2 and 5, right, the 2 and the 5 are not long enough to ever meet. Okay, so we have to say no. Okay, the other type of question we can get here is what's the range of the third side? So if we call the third side x, we know that 25 plus 38 has to be greater than x. Right? So we know that 63 is greater than x. So if we switch that, we're going to say x is less than 63, right? We're just taking this and rewriting it so the x is in front. X is less than 63. X is less than 63. Okay, we also have 25 plus x is greater than 38. So if we subtract 25 from both sides, we get x is greater than 13. And then we have 38 plus x is greater than 25. So if we subtract 38 from both sides, we get x is greater than negative 13. Okay, if x is greater than 13 and negative 13, that means x has to be greater than 13. And we know x has to be less than 63. So the solution to our inequalities is going to be the range of possibilities for the third side. Okay. Okay. And the shortcut way we have here is we need to, we can add them together. So 25 plus 38 will give us 63. Subtract them, 38 minus 25 is going to give us 13. Okay. All right, 6. So we just want to use the shortcut way because it's easiest, right? So we need less than and greater than. So we add them together. 28 and 40 is going to give us 68. So we know it needs to be less than 68, but it needs to be greater than 12. Okay, and again, if we wanted to solve inequality, we would have 28 plus 40 is greater than x, right? So that means x has to be less than 68, right? X is less than 68, or 68 is greater than x. Okay, and then we would have 12 plus x is greater than 40, and 28 plus x is greater than 40, and 40 plus x is greater than 20, which is going to give us x is greater than 12, and x is greater than negative 12, which means x is greater than 12, x is less than 68. Okay, over here, again, just add them together. So 45 plus 40 is 85. And then subtract them and we get 5. So in order to make a triangle using 45 and 40, right, this piece is going to have to be greater than 5 and less than 85. So maybe 70 or something, right, somewhere in there. Okay. And then here, again, we have add them together. That's going to give us 83. So it needs to be less than 83. It needs to be greater than 17. 50 minus 13 is 17. Absolute value of the difference, it needs to be greater than that. Add them together, it needs to be less than that. Okay. 9 and 10 here. Okay. So we find the measure of angle C here. So 180 minus 80 minus 63 is going to give us 32. Okay. And the smallest side is across from the smallest angle, right? The shortest side is across from the smallest angle. The smallest angle is 32 degrees here, so across from 32 is going to be BA. Okay. The next smallest angle is 68 degrees. Across from 68 degrees, right, is going to be CA. And then the largest angle is 80 degrees. Across from 80 degrees is CB. Okay. Over here, the smallest angle is 50 degrees. Across from 50 degrees is going to be GE. Okay. And then the next two angles are 65 and 65, so those are equal. That means that sides GF and EG or FE are going to be congruent. Okay. So GE is the smallest, and then these two are the same size. And number 11. Okay, so we smallest is 33. So across from 33 is XY. Okay, the next smallest is 53. Across from 53 is going to be XZ. Then the largest is 94. Across from 94 is YZ. Okay. Here they're all going to be congruent, right? Because we have 60, 60, 60. So PQ, PR, and QR, right? They're all going to be the same length. They're all going to be equilateral. Here, again, same idea. Shortest angle is across from the shortest side, or smallest angle is across from the shortest side. So smallest side or shortest side is 13. So angle Y is your smallest. 14 is the next smallest number, so angle X. And 20 is your largest, so the largest side is going to be angle, or the largest angle is going to be angle Z. Okay. 9 is across from Q, so angle Q. And then we have angle S, right? Okay, and then your largest angle is going to be angle R. Okay, over here, 13 is your smallest side, so angle D is your smallest angle. 17 is next, so angle F. Okay, and then E, it's going to be angle D, right, is across from the 25. Okay, here 12 is your smallest, so it's going to be angle A. 21 is your smallest, next smallest, so it's going to be angle C. And your largest side is 23, so your largest angle is going to be angle B. So then on the back, we have practice for triangle inequality theorem and triangle sum theorem. So triangle sum theorem is what we're going to use for 1, 2, and 3. The three angles of a triangle add up to 180. So here we're going to have 47 plus 58 plus x equals 180. Okay, so 65, so it's 105. Right, subtract 105. All right, we're going to get x equals 75. Okay, we're here, same thing. So we're going to do 180, basically minus 96 minus 21 to get our third side. We can write the equation out if you want to, but this is going to give us 84, 83, 73, 63. Okay. Yep. Okay, and then the next one. Right, we're again, same idea. Right, we're going to have 90 plus 31 plus 3x minus 1 equals 180. Right, so that's going to be 120 plus 3x equals 180. We subtract 120 from both sides, we get 3x equals 60. So that means x is going to be equal to 20. We can plug it in and check. This would be 59, 31, and 90. We're good. Okay, the next three use the exterior angle theorem. Okay, we know x is an exterior angle. It's on the outside. So it's going to be equal to our remote two interior angles added together. So 21 plus 34 is going to be, that's 35, 45, 55. That's it. Okay, exterior angle is 100. So we're going to say 100 equals opposite two interior angles added together, 51 plus 2x plus 3. Okay, so that's going to be 54 plus 2x. We subtract 54. So that's going to be 46 equals 2x. So that means 23 is going to be x. We can plug it in to check. That's 46, 49. 49 plus 51 is going to be 100. Okay, and then this one would be 80. So we could have also done 180 minus 80 is 180 minus 100 is 80, and then done these three add up to 180. That was your triangle sum theorem. Okay. Then here, 94 is your exterior angle. 50 and 2x are your interior angles. So minus 50 can be 44 divided by 2. 22 equals x. Okay, 7 and 8, again, we're back to triangle sum theorem here. Three angles of a triangle add up to 180. So basically 180 minus 52 minus 43 is going to give us, that's 95, so it's going to be 85. Right, x is going to be 85. Okay, over here, our three angles add up to 180, so x plus 2x plus 3x equals 180. So that's 6x equals 180. You divide by 6, x is going to be equal to 30, right? 6 goes into 18 three times, and you have a 0 left, so that's going to be 30. Okay, number 9. Check our answers here. So we have 90 plus 2x minus 2 plus x plus 5. Right, so that's equals 180. So we're going to have 93 plus 3x equals 180. We subtract 93 from both sides. We get 3x equals 87. We divide by 3. X is going to be equal to 29. 3 goes into 90 30 times. Minus 1, 29. Okay. Number 10 and 11 here. Okay. So we have, again, 180 minus 10 minus 23. It's going to give us 147. Right, so x is going to be 147. Okay, x plus x is 3x. Okay, divided by 3, x is going to be 60. We have 60, 60, 60. That's going to be an equilateral triangle. Okay, here again, add them up, set them equal to 180. 3x minus 17 plus x plus 40 plus 2x minus 5 equals 180. Okay, that's going to be 6x plus 18 equals 180. Right? 23, 18. Subtract 18 from both sides. And we have 6x equals 162. Okay, so that's going to be 30 minus 3. That's going to be 27. Isn't it? Yeah. Yep. 27. Okay. Go to the other side. Okay. All right, so here we want to find this angle first. So these three have to add up to 180. So 180 minus 57 minus 43. It's going to give us 80. Okay, then these are vertical angles. Right, then we know x plus x plus 80 is going to equal 180, right? These three angles add up to 180. So we have 2x plus 80 is 180. We subtract 80 from both sides and then divide by 2. So 2x is going to equal 100. Divide by 2. X is going to be equal to 50, right? It's going to be 50 and 50. Okay, over here, if we look at this triangle here, oops, it's not that triangle, I'm sorry. This triangle here, right? This is an exterior angle. Okay, so we know our exterior angle x is going to be equal to our opposite two interior angles added together. So x is going to be 130 degrees. All right, so 25 here, that's 130, right? And this is going to be 105 plus 50, it's 155. So that's 25 here as well. It's just not drawn to scale very well. Okay. Right, the next one over. Since these two angles are congruent at the bottom there, right, and the three angles add up to 180, we can do 180 minus 44. It's going to be 136. Okay, so these two angles have to add up to 136, and we know they're congruent, so we can just simply divide by 2. Okay, that's going to give us 68. Okay, and then these are a linear pair, so we do 180 minus 68. It's going to give us 112. Okay. There, 16, 17. Okay, here we have an exterior angle. So 122 is going to equal x plus 90. We subtract 90 from both sides, we get 32 equals x. Okay, we could have also done 180 minus 122, which is 58. 58 plus 32 plus 90 is 180. Okay, here again, exterior angle 6x minus 7. So that's going to be equal to 2x plus 103 minus x. Okay, so combine like terms, 6x minus 7. We have x plus 103. Subtract x and add 7 both sides. You're going to get 5x equals 110. We divide by 5, and x is going to be 22. And you can just use menu 3-1 there. So here we have three angles of a triangle that are congruent. So you just basically do 180 divided by 3, right? And it's going to be 60. So it's 60, 60, and 60. Here's a linear pair. So 180 minus 60 is going to give us 120. Okay. 1920. Okay, so we start to get our isosceles triangles now. So since this is an isosceles triangle, we know the base angles are congruent. So we can do 180 minus 56, which is 124, and then divide by 2, which is 62. Okay, so we have 62 and 62. Okay, this then is a linear pair. So we know 180 minus 62 is going to be 118. Okay, and then again, we have an isosceles triangle here. So the base angles are congruent. So if that's x, right? You can do x plus 118 is 180, right? Or we can just do 180 minus 118, which is 62, and then divide by 2, which is going to be 31 and 31. Okay. Over here, we have three triangles. So if we look at the first one, we can do 180 minus 50 minus 62. Okay, that's going to give us 68. If we look at the second triangle, Okay, we can do 180 minus 80 minus 53, which is going to give us 133.47. Then we have a triangle here, right? So we can do 180 minus 47 minus 68. So 115. So it's going to be 75. 65. Okay, and then you have vertical angles. Here, we know vertical angles are congruent, so this is going to be 65 as well. Okay. The last 5, then. Okay. I want to fill in our diagram here. So here we have vertical angles, so this is 68. We have a linear pair, so that's 180 minus 68, which is going to be 112. Okay, here we have vertical, so this is 90. We have linear, 180 minus 90 is going to be 90. Okay, then the 3 angles of a triangle add up to 180, so 180 minus 90 minus 68 is going to be 22. Okay, and then 180 minus 22 is going to give us 158. Okay, so we have 112, right? We have 68, we have 90, we have 90, we have 22, and we have 68. I'm sorry, 158. Okay, and